Limiting beliefs, right? The biggest element in mindset that will keep you from achieving your biggest goals. So what does it mean to have limiting beliefs? According to Google, it's a state of mind or belief about yourself that restricts you in some way. These beliefs are often false accusations you make about yourself that can cause a number of negative results. Some common phrases that you may have used or heard before include, I'm not good at this. I can never achieve that. I don't have enough experience. I wish, right? I wish I could have this thing. I'm not talented enough. I'm too old for blank. This person doesn't have my money and can't afford my services. I'm not good at sales. The point of this lesson is to put it on your radar, to take notice of how you're speaking about yourself. Because if you're believing these things to be true about yourself, then you're convincing those around you to believe it as well. If you position it just a little bit differently and start saying things like, I am good at this, I can achieve that, I'm not too old for this or that, I am good at sales, this person does value me enough to pay for the services that I'm pitching his way. You'll start focusing on things that allow you to change the way you think about it, rather than just closing it down altogether. Successful people have limiting beliefs all the time. The only difference is that they actually do something about it, and that's why they're continuously successful. Successful people are constantly breaking down their own limiting beliefs and challenging themselves in new ways to the point where it becomes almost second nature to them, right? They get so comfortable challenging themselves and breaking down limiting beliefs that it seems like they have some weird, crazy, like internal system that just triggers on whenever a limiting belief comes up around the stuff that they really want to get, but it's in their way and they can't achieve it yet, right? So take these for example. The 4-minute mile, let's start there. That's a perfect example, right? People said it could not be done. It could not be done. Why? Because no one had ever done it yet. It was left unproven. Then what happens? Roger Bannister comes along and just totally shatters that belief by doing a 4-minute mile. Now, other people are believers in it, and they're actually accomplishing the 4-minute mile as well, right? Why? Because they now see that it's possible, instead of determining that it was not possible. Elon Musk, we won't even go into like the plethora of things that he's accomplished, but he wanted to create an electric car that went as fast as a gasoline operated car, and they said it could not be done. He said, why not? And then he did it. He made it happen. Making $1 million in a day. Dan Henry totally knocked that out of the park on one of his webinars when he sold a $30,000, something like that. It was a mastermind he pitched to 34 willing customers and made over $1 million in that one single day. Wim Hof, right? The ice guy, the guy that literally jumps in bodies of freezing water and teaches other people how to use their minds to control the way they react to it, right? He astounded medical science experts when he literally sat in an ice bath for over an hour. Now, I think it was like an hour and 12 minutes, something like that. But he was able to do that without his entire core temperature like dropping. Right? These are just a few examples of what is truly possible when you put your mind to it. And I believe it literally starts with these two things. And the first one is challenge everything, right? I heard this in a podcast once and I just loved it, right? So that to accomplish the seemingly impossible, you got to start with first challenging everything. You know, that means unless it's scientifically proven that it's impossible to happen, right? Without any room for like wiggle room in that debate, then it is more than likely unattainable. But if it's not, and it cannot be backed by science or whatever to the T, right, it can probably be done. It just hasn't yet. And the second one is making the decision. A lot of greatness has been achieved in this world through sheer determination and probably a bit of stubbornness, right? Think about the last time that you actually, said to yourself, like, I'm gonna make this work. No matter how hard it is, I'm gonna stick by it and make it work. That's the level of decision making that you gotta be on in order to achieve your own greatness. There's gonna be times, I guarantee there's gonna be times when it gets tough and you're gonna want to quit. But the fact that you made the decision to commit to this process and everything that it entails, it's gonna help you stick it out that much easier. The people I referenced earlier didn't just have the attitude of, I'll do my best, we'll see how far I get, wish me luck. Right? No, I guarantee that they went into their attempts with undeniable belief that they're going to be able to achieve their goal now or in the future, and they will not stop until they achieve it. I want you to have that attitude in your business. Become a little bit stubborn, just enough to the point where nobody can convince you that this is too hard or it's too time consuming or, it's just too much work. You set your own beliefs. Nobody else is in charge of that. Let's continue this conversation, part 2.